traditionally, if you buy most curriculums will teach addition facts by families, but that doesn't actually teach children how numbers work. So the way a child learns their math facts is not by memorization or grouping, it's by analysis. You're actually analyzing quantities and how they work, what their patterns are, and identifying what those are. Now I want to talk about how I teach math professionally, and I'm going to show you a few things about that. I have a biblical homeschooling circle. We meet for 6 weeks, 3 times a year, and you would just need to join once, not 3 times. And in this 6 weeks class where I'm live, I'm with you, you're with me. I do one-on-one, I answer questions, and I help you plan an entire year of homeschool lessons in 6 weeks. And I give you the whole philosophy, methodology, and curriculum background that you would need to actually do that. One of the homeschool moms there has a child who is a first grader, I believe, or kindergartner who's doing first grade curriculum, but she's learning her basic addition facts. And the mom was trying to compare the program that she's using with the program that I recommend, which is the RightStart Math. I told her to go online, go to the resources tab, and download the samples where it shows the objectives and the table of contents and some of the things that they're going to be learning. She was looking at one of the main lessons where they teach basic addition facts. And she was like, well, how's this different? Because traditionally, if you buy most curriculums will teach addition facts by families. So 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3, 1 plus 4, and, all the way to like 5 plus 1, 5 plus 2, 5 plus 3, and all of that. But that doesn't actually teach children how numbers work. So I began to explain to her this tool that RightStart recommends for using. On this tool here, if you're teaching children how to add 6 plus 7, they're going to visualize what that looks like, and they'll know automatically what the answer is. They don't have to count. And they would know what 1 looks like. Even toddlers know what 1 or 2 look like. And it has been studied that babies and toddlers know what 3 looks like. So if they know how to count to 3, they'll know what 3 is. 4, the way you visualize it is with 2 and 2, so you don't have to count. If you see 4, just look for 2 and 2. 5 is 2 and 2 with a middle. 6 is 5 and 1, and you can see that because of the color change. Each line has 10 beads, 5 and 5, so that's easier to visualize. 7 is 5 and 2. 8 is 5 and 3, 9 is 5 and 4, 10 is 5 and 5. And there's a cute little song when you use the RightStart Math curriculum that they teach you. And this also translates when you get to tens, because there's 10 rows of beads, and you can see that the color changes on row 6. So if I want to know what 61 looks like, it would look like this, because I have 5 rows and the 6th row switches colors. So I can automatically see that this is 6 tens. I don't have to count them. I can automatically see it. If I were to ask a child what number did I enter on the abacus here, they would see that it's 76, because they can see 5 and 2 tens and then 5 and 1 ones. So I began to teach her this. My friend who's in the circle, I was teaching her how a child would know how to add these numbers here, 6 and 7. They would see that 2 5 makes 10, 2 5s make 10, and that there's 3 beads here. They don't have to count it. They can see that it's 3, because they already know how to recognize that quantity. And so I was telling her that the math facts are taught with strategies. And that's what I was explaining to her, and she was so excited to learn about that. And she definitely wants to start using RightStart curriculum or RightStart Math. And the other thing about RightStart Math is there's tons of card games, and the kids literally love these card games. I haven't known any child who's a RightStart Math kid who didn't like the card game. It's a great program to use, and I wanted to share those with you. One of the principles in math is that math is best understood with analysis. So the way a child learns their math facts is not by memorization or grouping, it's by analysis. You're actually analyzing quantities and how they work, what their patterns are, and identifying what those are. Those are the subject principles that are based on biblical principles because God wants us to have a sharp mind. He wants us to be wise, and He wants us to have knowledge of the world that He created because He wants us to take dominion of it. And so this is how we teach our kids to integrate biblical principles and subject principles so that children get a solid foundation in academics and in biblical thinking. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider clicking on the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and set the notification bell in case you want to be notified of a new video. You can go back and watch my other videos. There's some right here and here. And also, please comment. What do you think about the biblical principles that I suggested? And what do you think about these teaching strategies? Will they work for you? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.